For the past couple of years, we have seen a recurring theme of licensed Roblox games. Licensed Roblox games are games that use intellectual properties, also known as IPs, legally and with consent, with an agreement or some sort of contract in place. Let's take the SpongeBob Tower Defense game for example. If someone were to just make a game like this without the proper steps done in the background, it would be illegal and Roblox would be forced to take it down. However, if the creators of this game approached, say, Nickelodeon for permission to use SpongeBob and all the things related to SpongeBob, they would come to an agreement that will allow the game to come to life legally. This wouldn't be cheap. There might be upfront fees the developer might have to pay, revenue splits like maybe Nickelodeon taking 50% of all money made from the game, and other restrictions in place, but you get the general idea, right? In order to make these games, you need special permissions, licenses, which will allow you to use these names in your games. But before today, that was very difficult. A lot of background work would have to take place that would take likely months of frustration. However, Roblox's new system in place might make this a whole lot easier, and it might change Roblox gaming forever. Roblox recently released their licensing manager and licensing catalog. This allows big companies to register licenses to game developers easily, where they predefine their terms, and it allows game developers to request these licenses to make games using those IPs. So now, what used to take months might take just days or even a couple of hours. To take a look at it for yourself, when you're on Roblox, you can go to the Create tab at the top and then click the Intellectual Property tab on the left with the circled C symbol. If you want to register your IP on Roblox, you can do that here in the Registration tab. But to apply for licenses and browse to the catalog, you have to go to the Licenses section and then Explore Licenses. If you have any licenses pending or active, or even if you've been offered licenses, you will see it in the licensing section. As you can see, when I click Explore Licenses to access the catalog, Roblox has already partnered with some big movie studios, with Netflix and with Sega, and are planning to partner with a big anime studio very soon. But what are some of the downsides or expectations of using a license on Roblox? Well, you can see that when you click into them. Let's take Squid Game for example. You can see the revenue share. They will earn 15% of all Robux you make on the game. Revenue share timing will be decided at a later time by the owners of the license. It has to be a full experience, and the maximum rating for content maturity is mild, and they have an additional description where they want the game story to be canon, if there is a story to it. But different games have different requirements. For example, the Saw franchise requires 25% of all revenue. Revenue sharing will be active as soon as you have the license. It must also be a full experience, but you can see the maximum rating for content maturity is moderate. So each license will differ depending on the requirements put in place by the IP holder. Now personally, I think this will completely change Roblox games. We will now start seeing a whole new wave of licensed games coming to Roblox, now that Roblox is pushing for licenses to be registered on their platform. As much as I think this is a really cool tool for developers, my only main concern is the lack of creativity or originality for good Roblox games, and that issue may become even more prominent than it currently is already. But let me know what you think of this update down below.